This is why, Rashi, now the NCIS agents were here conducting an internal investigation into the now deceased NCIS recruiter. He was apparently the target of domestic abuse allegations.
A Texas woman was shot by her military recruiter husband while she was making a complaint against him. As authorities continue to investigate, the victim's family and friends are grieving the loss of a mom who leaves behind 6 children. TakaraGlenn was the victim of a senseless and tragic act of violence. Everyone is saddened that those young babies are now left mother and fatherless. TakaraGlenn was 34 years old and lived in Texas. Takara was described by family and friends as kind, generous, and outgoing. She was very hardworking. Takara was a beautiful soul, selfless. She was a person that didn't give up when trials and tribulations came her way. According to her best friend, Kristina, she viewed Takara as a fearless lioness and a protective mama bear who lived for each of her children. The bond that Key shared with her babies was like no other. The selfless, caring, and relentless woman that she was shined bright in her children's eyes. Not only was she loving and caring to her children, Takara was also described as a supportive wife of 15 years to her husband, Greg Hightower. Greg was a Navy senior chief recruiter and a native of Illinois. According to the Navy Times, he reported to the Navy Talent Acquisition Group Houston Detachment in August 2019. He spent the majority of his 19-year career in the recruiting realm. Unfortunately, ABC 13 reported that their marriage became rocky, and in July, Takara accused Greg of hitting her. However, once she called to report what happened, since Greg also accused her of hitting him, no charges were filed against either of them. Takara called the police again on September 20th, 2022, asking them how to file a restraining order again. And according to reports, an appointment was scheduled for September 22nd, 2022, just 2 days later. But sadly, the day of the interview, Greg came to the home in an outrage, and no one could stop him.
A neighbor we spoke with says the wife told him multiple times in the past she was scared for her safety.
It's a crazy day, you know. We talked about it last night, and she had told me that she was in fear for her life last night, and I actually helped her lock up the house and get everything together, and then this happened.
Very sad situation. Neighbors say that woman expressed fear for her life. In the past, family members who were here on the scene told us that couple had been married for about 15 years, had multiple children, but recently struggled with violence. 2 of those children were here at the time, investigators say, but they were not hurt.
At 1:30 p.m. on September 22nd, Takara was being interviewed by an NCIS agent about the allegations of DV against her husband. Authorities say that the NCIS agent stepped out of the home at some point, and that's when Greg burst into the home with a weapon. Takara was holding the couple's son when Greg shot her and left.
The female inside the house, when our units arrived, found her deceased, still grabbing or holding on to her infant child. They were able to rescue the child and get him out to safety.
Greg then encountered the NCIS agents in the front of the house and exchanged fire, which was caught on camera. One agent was hit, but was said to be in stable condition at the hospital after the incident.
The agents ran house to house trying to find some assistance, and a Good Samaritan thankfully opened the door, let the agents in, stabilize the situation briefly until an ambulance could get here and transport.
Authorities said Greg was then able to flee, where another precinct detectives found him parked outside his mother's house after she called 911. The deputies said there was a second exchange between them and Greg. They tried their best to get him to turn himself in, but the exchange escalated and Greg was later killed.
And the policeman, before I knew it, in an instant, jumped out the car, and I heard him holler like 3 or 4 times, put it away, put it down, and boom, boom, boom. It was.
Neighbors in the area spoke out about the incident, saying they were in complete shock.
It's crazy. Never would have expected it. Nice family.
It's a big surprise for me. Nah, he wouldn't do that with put all his career on jeopardy and stuff like that. That don't make no sense.
ABC 13 reached out to the U.S. Navy about the incident, and they responded by saying, "We are aware of the incident involving one of our personnel, and we are fully cooperating with NCIS and law enforcement as they continue their investigation. Our hearts go out to the family of the victim, the injured NCIS agent, and to those affected by the tragedy. For further information, please contact the Harris County Sheriff's Office." Takara's loved ones, friends, and family are all saddened about the loss of her. One of her sisters wrote in a post that's being reshared to hundreds, "My heart is torn into pieces about my baby sister, my best friend, my first baby before I ever even thought of having a baby is gone. I'm not okay at all. But the worst thing about all of this is trying to explain to her children that the beautiful, loving, and caring woman that's always been there for them for every school event, knows all their favorite foods and things, did all of their drop-offs and pickups from school, knew all their clothes sizes, shoe sizes, helped them with their homework, did their laundry, ran their baths on a daily basis with hardly any complaints, is no longer here and never coming back. This is the worst nightmare that I can't wake up from." This is such a tragic situation, and ever since I've seen this story, I could only think about her kids. Let's please wrap our arms around this family at this time. Make sure you check out the links that are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's stay aware and alert this month. Let's please respect the victim and the families in the comments. I love you guys dearly, and with that being said, don't forget to check on your loved ones.